Morning everybody. Well, a very early start today to try and avoid the heat. Anyway, as you can see, Al's not with me today. He's off on another cruise. This time he's going round the Greek islands. Anyway, before we get cracking, just a bit of an update for you on the silver hammered coin that I found in the last video, which is just here. Now, when I first cleaned the reverse of the coin, oh, mad cows are on the move again. When I first cleaned the reverse of the coin, the first thing that I saw was WA at the side of the shield, which, if you don't know, stands for Archbishop Wareham, who was the Archbishop of Canterbury in the 1500s. Here's a photograph of the gentleman in question. Now, as soon as I saw the WA, I assumed straight away it was a Henry VIII half groat. But when I turned it over and cleaned the obverse of the coin, I clearly saw V11, which is just here. Now, the V11, as you can see, is very clear. It's not worn at all. There's no third one making it Henry VIII. It's clearly Henry VII with a little cross after it. They used to use the cross to punctuate the legend around the coin. Now, it's got Henry VIII's face on it, and the legend around it is correct for Henry VIII. Here's a photograph of that. So, I'm a bit puzzled, because a lot of people have said, oh, it's Henry VIII. A lot of people have said it's Henry VII. I honestly don't know. The only thing I can think is that it could possibly have been misstruck at the London Mint. Now, if that's the reason, it could be worth an awful lot of money. But we'll just have to wait and see what the experts say. Anyway, those are the scores on the doors as regards the silver coin. And the piece of bronze that I dug up in the last video that I promptly lost, I've found it. It was down there. That's it, just there. I'll clean it up and put a photograph in the video because I quite like that. And incidentally, I've found a lot of strange bits of bronze on this permission. This is the permission where I found that beautiful Bronze Age spearhead. So anyway, just interesting, that's all. Anyway, I'm going to be grubbing about around the edge, a bit like Al did the other week, in a different place, away from the cows, who are now all heading in that direction. And digging should be a bit softer, and we'll just see how we get on. Okie dokie. Right, let's crack on. Right, well, I'm just making my way over to the edge of the field, and I've got a target down here, and it's an absolutely lovely little find. Now, I know it's only a button, but I've always wanted to find one of these. I've seen photographs of them before, but I've never found one. And it's a button with a little fastening on the back just there. And it's very rare you find the button with the fastening still on the back. Now, the shank of the button would have gone through an item of clothing, and that little thing there would have secured the button onto the clothing without having to sew it on. And as I said, it's very rare you find a button that's still got the little claspy thing on it just there, so I'm really happy with that. I know it's only a button, but to me that's an absolutely cracking little find. I mean, there's nothing on the other side, but see, look how easy that's come off. Came off so easy, and yet it was still on the back of the button when I dug it up. Absolutely love that. Right, we'll pop that away and I'll get a bit closer to the edge of the field. Well, I still haven't made it as far as the tree line yet. I've got another target down here. Came up at 83 on the DS2. Just down there. Looks like we might have got ourselves the first coin. Possible. Oh, it looks in nice condition. Beautiful green patina to it. Looks like good old King George V. And I will dig those up all day. Probably well over 100 years old. Can't quite see the date. Could be 1912 maybe. But yeah, that is a lovely piece of history. Nice coin. Love it. Right, we'll pop it into the box and try and get a bit closer to the tree line. Right, well, I eventually made it to the tree line. We've got a target down here. It's only faint, but it's repeatable, and it's coming up at a solid 90. So it's got to be worth a dig. Anyway, I'll dig the hole out eventually, and I'll get back to you when I'm a bit closer. Okie dokie. Catch you in a minute. Right, well, as I say, it came up at about 90. It's about 7 inches deep, and it's in the spoil somewhere. Oh, it's there. Looks like a tiny little button. Very tiny. It's either made out of pewter or tombac. Probably got some good age to it, that. I'll have to have a look in my button book when I get home. I mean, it could be 1700s, well, it will be 1700s, or it could be a lot earlier. It's got some weight to it as well. Very heavy for a small button. But it's another nice little find. Right, we'll pop that away and get a bit further. Now, this is another problem that detectorists are faced with in the summer that most people don't even realise. I would really like to go in that field just there, but because the troughs in the ground are so deep from the cow's hooves, obviously when it was much wetter, and now they've dried like concrete, it's practically impossible to walk on it. I have tried briefly, and you would quite probably do yourself a mischief, sprain your ankle or possibly even break it. And it's such a shame because I've hardly ever been in that field before. I've just scratched the surface. But as I say, the troughs are so deep, it makes it practically impossible to walk on. And it's the same down there, all down there. But what can you do? Anyway. Just thought I'd share that with you. Right, I'm just having a sit down for 5 minutes in the shade, and we'll get a bit further. Right, I'm just on my way back for a drink. I've got a banging signal down here, just move that. Came up at 92. It's about 4 inches deep, if that. And it's just there, my friends, and it looks like we might have got ourselves a nice little decorated spindle wall. Oh yes, one of my favourite finds. Not an awful lot of decoration on it. Nice white patina to it, which has got nothing to do with the age, I may add. If you want to know why, ask me. But yeah, it's not a very early one, judging by the size of the hole. I'd say it's probably 1600s. It's definitely not medieval. Excuse me. But yeah, nice find. I really do like lead artifacts, especially nice ones. Right then, we'll pop that into the little boxy thing and I'll go for that drink. Well, this one was definitely a bit scratchy and iffy. Well, not surprising really with the ground conditions, but it looks like what's left of an extremely old medieval token. You can just see some detail on it, not a great deal admittedly, but that's what it is. What's left of a medieval token of some description, and a very nice find as far as I'm concerned. Right, I'll pop that away and maybe get a bit further. To be honest, I've just about had enough because it's getting far too hot. Right, I've had enough. It's far too hot. Not too bad sat here in the shade, but out there, fast approaching 30 degrees and I can't stand it. Apart from that, I'm not finding much, and that's me being honest. So there you go. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank all our subscribers, old and new. Please keep hitting the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, there's no obligation. You don't even have to watch another video if you don't want. Just hit the subscribe button. It's always really nice to see a few more subscribers. You know, it just makes it feel as though the trouble you've gone to has been worthwhile, that's all. So just press the button, please. Anyway, now the guns you can hear are on our adjoining permission over there. If you can hear the music, that's my radio with classical music on it. I like classical music. It seems very fitting for the English countryside. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on now. I'm going home. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.